Hey, peacemakers, it's the Soul Koach coming at you with another episode. So sit back and let's find your peace of mind. Hey, peacemakers, this is the Soul Koach coming back at you with another podcast. So today is the 15th of January. Like, we halfway through the month already. It's so crazy. It just feels like Christmas was just yesterday. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about no role models. So it just really dawned on me that there really isn't a such thing as a role model or an idol. And especially when it comes to you looking at somebody else as a figure that you're believing in and wanting to be in your life, to like be that ultimate example for you. And I'll tell you why in a few minutes. But really and truly, you're your ultimate role model. You're the person that you should be believing in and wanting to be like and to be better than. You can't really compare yourself to somebody, whether they're older, they're younger, they have more money than you, they have a higher social class, they have more followers than you on Instagram, they are getting opportunities that you don't have the opportunity to get. And I just wanted to say this because I felt like I just came to this realization that this is something that we all do and compare ourselves to other people when we should just be comparing ourselves to the previous us, like the old us. And let me tell you why. So here's a little story time. So I want to say when I got into life coaching, I had a particular mentor. She, when I basically got into life coaching, wanted to do life coaching, this was back in 2015. And I really didn't start life coaching until 2016. So, after I did my research for a while and I got into life coaching, and I started researching other, well-known, well-known female life coaches. I came across this one particular person who was my mentor. I'm not going to name drop or anything. So if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Oh, well. But this particular person, very successful, never knew of her. She was successful to me because she was renowned on a level where she had been on multiple different TV shows with TV DJs, been on TED Talk and other things like that. But I really hadn't done my homework on her or had any sessions with her to know what type of coach she was. All I know is after I had been following her for a while, and I saw that she put up a post saying, hey, come on, I'm inviting people to apply for intern position. So it wasn't that long of an application process, and before I knew it, I had gotten chosen. I heard something back, I want to say a week or two, I think a week after that. So once I started being an intern, there really weren't too many like difficult tasks that we were doing. We were just prepping for events and prepping for basically generating ideas for her and her business. And that is where I gained some of my experiences on my experience on things that, like, I got the behind the scenes look on what life coaches actually do, who do you contact for different engagements, how to set up an actual event, things to plan for, blah, 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 the whole 9 yard when you're actually like creating events and stuff like that. But I noticed, like, mind you, this is a parallel two stories that are going on. Me getting into the internship, and it didn't have a set time period of when I would start and when I would finish. Not your typical one. This is a small business that is actually giving the opportunity for people to gain experience and exposure to this field, which is life coaching. And so when I did this, you go through stuff and you're growing through stuff at a time. So it's like we would get weekly tasks from her assistant in a newsletter letting us know, hey, this is what you have to do for the week, turn it in, blah, blah. We had our weekly calls and all this kind of stuff. Fast forward 2016, I ended up getting into, had the opportunity to take her life coaching school. It was a 6-week course, I believe. And basically, it taught us a lot of different things on life coaching. And mind you, once I got done with this course, I would be a certified life coach. So myself and other people, there was a couple of other people who were hired on as interns at the time, and we ended up we were invited to all the events that she had access to or was hosting and stuff, and we just needed to get there how we could if we were in the area and everything. So me going through certain things, I still went out of my way to get information to her, get to a particular event that was going on in New York. I'd never been to New York. It was pouring down raining. It was my mom's birthday weekend, and I asked her, I begged her to drive me up there. Literally we got dressed in a parking garage. It was so crazy because we were only going up there for that day. We left early in the morning so we can get there, and went from there. And so even when I was going through things, when I lost my job and when things was just going on, family issues and stuff, I would let her know. So it's not like I'm keeping her out of the loop, and I would still do my best and ask her, is there anything else I could help with? How can I be of assistance? Just doing my role as an intern. And so let's fast forward to 2017. So 2017, everything was going good. I was helping plan for events and stuff like that. And I just noticed that I was getting a cold shoulder, in a sense where, and don't get me wrong, all of her interns, she had a personal relationship with them, and we were able to talk to her on different levels and things of that sort. So we kind of built this bond as a small family, kind of like business besties in a sense, and mentor to mentees and interns to boss and all this kind of stuff. And so I just noticed I started getting the cold shoulder, and things weren't basically, they were it would be okay, you have an assignment, and if I needed corrections or anything, or if I was hesitant about it, they'd be okay. She would just be okay. She'd be okay, don't worry about it. And so she would pass the assignment, whatever I didn't do, on to another person. I'm okay, cool. And I would try to dibble and dabble and try my best to keep up with the load, on top of being in school and working a couple of jobs at that time, and getting my life back on track after being without a job for a couple of months. And so basically, I want to say mid 2017, after going to one of the events that she hosted, and I spoke at the event and everything, met other people who were in my life coaching school class that I graduated with, stuff like that. I just noticed everything really changed, and I feel like I wasn't moving at a faster pace as everybody else with getting my business together and like knowing what to do or whatever the case might have been. I don't know what pushed her to like go into the next things that I'm going to talk about. But basically, we had a great time at the event, saw her off and stuff like that, and then so she basically we had a good ending and whatever, and we moved into I want to say it was Black Friday. Yeah, she had a sale. And mind you, I had just been to a photo shoot for her and one of her collections that she was coming out with. And so I was getting free merchandise for being a brand ambassador. Myself and other people I know of were brand ambassadors. And I guess things started to get difficult with this brand ambassador program. So she ended up changing it. Mind you, I had received, I want to say 2 items or 1 item. Yeah, 1 or 2 items for the brand ambassador program. And I ended up ordering merchandise on Black Friday. So I keep all of my, I'm so OCD when it comes to emails and stuff. I keep all of my important emails. I have folders on my email categorized as doctor's appointments, business, important, military, peace of mind, school, cooking. So if I get a recipe with cooking, I put it in that folder, a recipe or whatever. I'll put that email in that folder, and I'm just really anal. So I kept my confirmation emails and everything. And mind you, I live in Maryland, and she doesn't live that far from me. She lives an hour away. So she basically, when it was supposed to be put in the mail, and I never got tracking information. It's middle of December, almost, I want to say it was almost Christmas, and I hadn't received anything. So I emailed her and her assistant, and I CC'd her on the email, and I was basically saying, hey, I didn't get my stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, we sent your stuff out. We don't see it in our system. So why in the world would I get a confirmation email if I didn't pay for anything? And I would have received another email saying that my payment, nothing was wrong with the payment because PayPal wouldn't send me a confirmation email. So I forwarded all over to her and all this kind of stuff. And also I was signed up to get her magazine that she was starting. So I hadn't received the shirt and everything, but I received the items for being a brand ambassador. And then turn around, when I asked about it, basically I was accused of lying about getting the merchandise. And then on top of that, she had another event for the magazine, the launch event, and it was not too far from my house. I asked if, hey, you need any help setting up, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't need your help. And mind you, every Friday we would have a conference call. Guess what? Guess who hadn't even been put on the conference calls in a while? And they took me out of the group message. And it was so crazy because this was changing before my eyes. This was someone that I believed in. And I literally worshiped the ground she walked on because I wanted to be like her and very successful as a life coach. And she is African American. So we had a lot of stuff going on. I even purchased her book. I purchased 2 copies of her book, and I just been supporting her non-stop. And for me to want to steal or be conniving towards her and to be accused of that, it was really, really it was really, really bad. I really had to take a mental period to myself and what is the word I want to say? I basically had to take a step back and look at things from a different perspective and ask other people, am I doing something wrong? Because it really hurt me. And this is my first time like opening up publicly and talking about this. So if she hears it, she hears it. If she doesn't, she doesn't. Who knows? But overall, I had to think about it, and I sent over a text message to her, no reply. She hadn't changed her her phone number or anything. I sent her pictures of us from previous events and all this. Still did not. I basically sent her it to her house, and she was like, no, I didn't get it. I don't know if she didn't care. She wasn't like checking, but it carried over until 2018. 2018, like I said, I had a 3-month subscription to her magazine and only received 2 of the magazines. I mean, 1 of the magazine out of the 3. And so, one of them ended up coming late, I believe. No, I received 2 out of the 3. Yes, I didn't receive the last issue. And so, after I noticed it, this was like sometime last year in the springtime when I emailed her. I was like, okay, well, because my best friend, she had received her 3-month subscription, and mind you, I'm telling everybody all about her. Hey, this and this and this, like, she is the bomb, like, I love her. Everybody knew about her. She knew about my family, and it's so crazy that we had to get to a point where she act like she doesn't even know me. Followed me on all social media. Like, you would have thought I robbed a bank, pissed on somebody's grave, and did something like the ultimate disrespect. But I've never, ever, ever, ever disrespected her. And she basically turned everyone else against me. All of the other people who were interns and stuff. Basically, they didn't even communicate with me after the fact. And it's not like I received a written letter stating, hey, you're no longer an intern, this and this and this, you're being terminated from this position because, or we're glad that we had you as a intern. Here's why we wouldn't want you to return, or we're done doing, however she wanted to toss it up. And so we went back and forth via email, me providing confirmation emails stating that I paid for this, asking for emails stating that it's been sent out to me. The last magazine had been sent out to me and all this kind of stuff. And the fact that she allows her new assistant to get snappy and to like basically buck up with me, and it's just like, what type of business are you running? How can anybody else, like, I know I can't sit up here and say that I will support her to the fullest like how I did before, but every time I come across something on social media that she might have done an ad or something, or somebody's just telling me something about her, it's just like heartbreaking, because you go from loving this person like a mother figure, a mentor, a big sister, everything all wrapped in once, and they basically failed you because of whatever matters they did not or could not handle with you like an adult. And so I basically, right after that, I started believing in myself, not looking up to anybody else as an idol, because overall, when it came down to it, I'm the person that I need to be looking at. And like I said, you should be comparing yourself to your previous self that you were yesterday, a month ago. It's just like, we get so overwhelmed with like placing others as idols that we don't even know who or what we want to be, because we're trying to be so much like that person, replicate what they do, how they do it, things that they might like, or what do I want to say? We basically try to be like them in every way, shape, or form. And we know that our book is not written the same way as them. And so another thing is, when you are definitely in a position where you are dealing with someone who is a small business owner and who is gradually climbing the ladder with their success, the fame will bump them in the head and they will lose their mind. They will be as dumb as Britney Spears in 2007. Head shaved and all, looking at you like you boo-boo the fool. When it's not right. It's not right. The people who was there for you when you weren't as successful as you are now are the people that you should be carrying on with you and thanking them, because we basically help you get where you needed to be. We were your team when you didn't have that great team that you were paying. And this, mind you, on top of this is an unpaid internship. I'm going out of my way to travel to events, paying for my own travel and expenses, and going out of my way to be in photo shoots and giving my ideas to someone else who doesn't even appreciate me. And sometimes you have to look at it like, is it really worth it? And really do your research on people who you might have in mind, who you might want to do business with, and pray about it, because overall she had a good heart and might have had good intentions from the beginning, but she lost her faith and her ability to stay resilient and humble through the situation, to the sight of fame and my name this and that, and oh, I got the opportunity to do this magazine and that magazine and this show and that show. And so you definitely have to pray about the people you work with, and definitely, if you are someone who has the ability to, you have a service-based business, you definitely, if you feel the need that you can't work with your clients anymore, or you no longer have the ability to serve your customers and clients and etc., then you should definitely give them the opportunity and the heads up and let them know. Because when I was going through stuff, I definitely had to take a mental period where I broke down and could not have any clients or anything. And I talked to them and I spoke to them in regards to that matter. I always give an explanation why I am no longer or cannot perform to the best of my abilities. And I always feel good with that. I don't have any ill intentions on when I'm doing things or I'm speaking to them and letting them know. And I definitely let them know through a document. They have a contract when they come on, and they have a contract when they leave. So, or well, they did when I did consider, when I did have clients or whatever. But yes, I definitely want to say there's no role models. No role models. If you aren't thinking about the role model being yourself. Because people will let you down. People will have you living on cloud 9. And then once they let you down, that's it. That is totally it. You can find your peace of mind within yourself instead of digging deeper and deeper and deeper and trying to dig deeper and deeper into somebody else. And you finding a never-ending hole of foolishness and madness and unsolved problems, unsolved mysteries. You need verse 48 to take over because it's not what you expected. Having a peace of mind and having confidence in yourself and knowing that you're going to do the things you need to do for yourself and you can make yourself happy is all within you. Self-role model. I think that's what we need to call it. Self-role model. All right, we're going to take a break right quick and you're going to hear a message from our sponsors.
hey, this sounds pretty cool, and I might be right, but maybe we can do some merch for our show. Would anyone want some peace of mind gear, some peacemaker teas or anything? Let us know, and we'll launch our spread shop. Sounds like a smart way to support creatives of all kinds. If you're a peacemaker and you love the information that me and the Soul Koach is putting out, then I'll definitely get some merch going so that we can all stand as one team. And that's to gain a peace of mind.
All right, and we're back. So another thing is, I would definitely pray for the mentors, the business mentors, and the other people that you want in your life for your business or just for yourself. Because you don't, that's if you believe in God. But I definitely know that I believe in God, and I pray about the people and tell God to show me that they're definitely for me, and if it's not meant to be, then it's not meant to be. And they will kind of start to show signs if they aren't the people that basically that I need to be around. And once that's said, then boom, it's done. And if you do that early on and continue to pray and stay vigilant for signs from God, you'll definitely learn that you do not need those people around you, or you do need those people around you. And especially the way you position yourself, you will definitely learn that God will place people in your life and align you with people that you need to be around, whether it's right now or it's like 10 years down the line. Open yourself and be around people who are like-minded. So if you are a British vegan who loves God, then you need to be around people who are vegan, people who love God, and things of that sort. You need to find common interests, like the little circle chart that we used to use in school, and the ones that overlap, or in like the little part that's in the middle, and the two, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically find 3 different things that you like and find a mentor that will be specifically for whatever you like. So if you're a vegan and you want to become the best veganist or vegan-y person that you want to be, I'm over here making up words. So you choose a person who is an expert in that area. Then choose another person. If you like horses, then you choose a person who knows a lot about horses. Don't overwhelm yourself and think that you can have one mentor. No, you do not need just one mentor. You can have multiple. You can have mentors that are all different ages. Like, they just don't have to be like your age. And the fact that you are younger or older, we can learn from anybody. Like I said in my speech in 2017. Yeah, 2017. Lessons has no age. Lessons have no age. What you can learn at 2 years old, somebody else can learn at 60 years old. Sometimes it might not be as vivid, and it might take you a little while to interpret what the lesson is, but overall, we all have lessons that we can learn. Do not be that one person who is stubborn and saying, okay, well, how can you do this? How can you do that? And you're not the same age as me. I'm older and this and this and this. Listen, like the most common thing that I hear from a lot of my friends who are in the medical field, who might be nurses or doctors, or just of a higher stature in their career, and they hold a big title. They basically are, what is the word I want to say? They are their patients or their colleagues or people might say, oh, aren't you too young to be in this position? I'm here to see the doctor. I'm here to see the judge, the lawyer. And they don't realize that the person in front of them might have a baby face and might look like they're 14 years old, but they are of the same capability of someone who is 50 years old in the same position. So I definitely don't want y'all to get that twisted. And that's just like with me, with being a life coach. A lot of people say, well, you're too young to be a life coach. How are you supposed to be a life coach? Most life coaches are older. What in the heck are you talking about? That life coach that you want me to believe in and say that I need to wait to get older to be a life coach? No. They started out young as a young life coach, or if they started out as an older life coach, who cares? You can't stop someone. All of these kids who are going out here, going to college at the age of 10 years old, getting degrees and all this stuff, never let someone put a capability on anything that you want or you need in your life. Never let someone put a capability on it. The sky is the limit. There's so much crazy stuff going on to the point where it's just like, why not try it? Why not give it your best shot? Do not let somebody else talk you down from doing that. No matter what they basically say or what they might think. These people don't know. And a lot of the people, they just want to talk you down. And we put our faith and our trust and think that people who tell us that, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, they have your best interest. No, they don't. They just are too afraid to go out there and step out on a limb and do what you're doing. They're uncomfortable. So they're saying something because they don't want you to succeed and them to be like, damn, well, why didn't I succeed? No, I've had so many people tell me certain stuff. It's so crazy. Like, I had people say, well, why does she keep talking about Mason? He's passed away. You've mourned him. Crazy. Don't you know that grieving is a never-ending process? Don't you know that talking about things is the only way or one of the ways that someone can heal from it? Don't you know that you rather someone talk about how they feel or the things that they've been through so that, one, they can help others, two, they can start coping and handling the situation in a healthy manner, and three, am I on 3 or 4? Well, whatever the next one is, talking about it gets you more insight. Once you hear a story more than once, you learn a lot of different things that you missed out on before. And you could be in the middle of saying something, and guess what? You didn't notice that that's something you spoke about, or how in depth it was when you actually went through it, talked about it. It's just like a lot of those things don't stand out. So we're going to go over what I said. Recap. Do not put your... No. Can't even talk. Do not idolize others. Yourself needs to be your role model. 2, pray about the people that you want to do business with, you want to have in your life. 3, you need to drown out the noise of people saying that you can't and cannot do something, because, like I said, lessons have no age. And I'm going to put the link for that video in this description, because you guys definitely need to listen to it. So, Another thing is overall just believe in yourself and keep fighting. Keep smiling because you're on the road to finding your peace of mind. You're not going to find it right now. It's a thousand, probably millions of steps until you get to where you want to be. You will never be content until God says you're content, or you feel that you've learned all the lessons that you've needed to learn. But right now, you definitely don't know it. Whether you're 50, whether you're 60, it would be like a epiphany moment. Like, I'm really done. Like, God will really speak to you and let you know that you're done. Like, be content. This is everything that I wanted you to learn. So, I definitely hope you guys enjoyed this show. If you're listening on Anchor or you're listening on Spotify, iTunes, definitely turn on the notification to let you know when I am dropping when I have dropped a new episode. If you're listening to this on YouTube, like and subscribe. Leave a comment below in the description letting me know what you like about this episode, what you want to hear from me next, and definitely reach out to me on Instagram. My handle is the Soul Koach and Your Peace of Mind, all in the description. And yeah, we're going to be getting right to it. You might not hear from me for a while, but I'm going to try to be as consistent as possible because I am going to my annual military training at the end of this week, and I will be kind of busy. So I'm going to try to stay as consistent as possible, or I might try to record this week so that I can have it already prepped for you guys for next week. Just gotta pray about it and see what I'm supposed to be talking about. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this show and you got a lot of insight on me and how you can stay as peaceful as possible, peacemakers. But overall, just hashtag keep smiling, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.